Hey everybody, it's Ryan here from Music City, Canada. I just wanted to let you guys know about this new unit that we got in our rental inventory here from Sparktacular. It's called the Spark One. The Spark One is a indoor-outdoor fireworks unit that you can use that's completely legal here in Canada by Energy Mines and Resources. It's an amazing new product that you don't need licensing for, you don't need permits for, and it allows you to get that Gerb effect that we've seen in years gone by at your event. It's a completely different type of product. It uses a magnesium-based powder that you put into it that you can purchase from us, and how it works is that you have a little slot here on the top that you open up, you pour the powder inside here, you close it up. It's very important to make sure that when you have the powder when you open the package, when you're putting it in, and when you're removing it at the end of the night, that it doesn't get wet. If it gets wet, it will clump and you won't be able to put it in because it will jam up the auger inside the unit. So make sure that you keep the powder dry at all times, especially when you're doing outdoor. So the powder goes in here. The blast comes out of this hole right here on top. It does have a feature built in that allows it to be turned on or off, which is a tilt detection, so that if it does happen to tilt, if someone bumps it, that the unit will shut off. By default, it does come turned on. So if you are planning on putting it on an uneven surface purposely, make sure that you turn that off. It's in the settings in the menu. It is a DMX controlled unit, so there is 3-pin DMX in and out on the unit. There is also a power con in and out as well for power. So they are able to be daisy chained. You can daisy chain both the control and the power up to multiple units. It is fan cooled, so please make sure that the fan stays cool at all times because the unit does heat up to roughly 500 degrees. It does heat up relatively quickly, being that it's 500 degrees, but it does heat up to 500 degrees, so please make sure that the fan remains cool at all times. If the unit loses control, it will start to power the heater down, and you'll have to reheat the unit from scratch. The actual heat runs, when you're running it in 2-channel mode, the heat runs on channel 2. So you'll have to have channel 2 up the whole time in order for the heat to be active and on, because when you're using the unit, it cools down. So it needs to be on to constantly be reheating the machine. Once 2 is up, once it's heated to 500 degrees, you're able to run the unit. The unit runs from channel 1 right here. So I have channel 2 all the way up. That's my heat. So my unit's heated up right now. I'm only going to run it very, very slowly so you can see, but this is channel 1. Channel 1, when I turn it up slightly, gives you what you're looking for. And the higher you put it, the higher it will go. The longer you hold it there, the longer it will run, and it will run indefinitely until you run out of powder. That is one way to run it. There's also a controller option for it as well as you can control it from any DMX controller. So if you have an existing controller with your DJ system or your nightclub or your venue, you can hook it up to your DMX control and you can control it no differently than a light effect off your DMX controller. The unit does come with the XLR cable, does come with the PowerCon cable. It does not ship standard out of our rental department with a DMX controller. We do have the DMX controller options available for you. So when you're talking to us about booking your rental, make sure that you ask us for a DMX controller if you actually need one. And again, we have multiple units in rental stock. So you can rent 1, you can rent 2, you can rent 4, you can rent 8. As many as you'd like. Powder wise, in terms of powder, the powder packages are $130 a piece, and the powder can be purchased with the units. If you're only planning to run the unit once or twice in a night, we offer the units for rental with powder for that purpose, because you're not going to go through a whole packet of powder in a night. So we do have various rental prices depending on event, based on whether you're going to use a full pack of powder, we feel, because you're going to go off multiple times during a night, or for a whole day or whole evening, or if you're just doing it once or twice, we offer rental pricing that includes powder. It's very important at the end of the night, if you are renting this from us without a technician, because technicians are available for your event if you need them. If you're renting it from us without a technician, it's very important that you clear out the powder at the end of the night and you put it in a sealed container. Again, the sealed container is because if moisture gets in, you'll have the clumping and the powder will be garbage. So sealed container is very important to put it in, but it's very important at the end of your show, at the end of your night, that you empty all of the powder out of the container inside of the unit. It cannot be transported with the powder. So that is a very, very good thing to know. It does have handles on both sides. Black, blends in with the stage, all good. Thank you so much for watching. It's Ryan from Music City, Canada, and I hope to see you in the next video.